everybody. Hi, my name is Daisy. Yes, and I'm a dog. Hi, city kids. How are you today? This is story time with Daisy, where I read a story and Daisy does absolutely nothing. Daisy is not a talking dog. Alright, you ready? Today, the story is about Noah. During Noah's lifetime, people were being very bad, and this made God very sad. Noah, however, was a good person. He loved God and God loved him. Actually, God loved all the people. But at that time, only Noah was listening to God. And when he listened, God told him to build an ark. Now, an ark is a huge boat. It was so big, it was the size of 1.5 football fields. Noah's neighbors laughed at him because there wasn't any water in the desert where they lived. But God told Noah that a great flood was coming. And Noah, every day for 120 years, asked his neighbors to join him. But they only laughed at him even more. God asked Noah to collect 2 of all the creatures of the earth and bring them into the ark. Noah and his family and the animals lived in the ark for 7 days before the first raindrop fell. Then it rained for 40 days and 40 nights straight, non-stop. Soon the earth was covered with water. After it stopped raining, the water continued to rise for 150 days. Finally, when rain stopped, Noah sent out a raven to look for land. The raven returned. Noah waited another week for the water level to go down and then sent a dove to do the same thing. The dove couldn't find a place to rest, so it returned to the ark. Another week passed, and then Noah sent a dove out again. This time it came back with an olive branch. Noah now knew that the water was low enough for a tree branch to show. When Noah sent off the dove a week later, it did not return. The dove had found a place to live on dry land. Altogether, Noah and his family and the animals lived on the ark for 1 year, 1 month, and 27 days. It was now time for all the creatures and Noah's family to move off the ark. Noah and his family and the animals needed to start life over again. After everyone left the ark, Noah prayed to God and thanked him for keeping them safe. Suddenly, a bright rainbow filled the sky. This was God's promise that he would never flood the earth again. Alright, everybody. I hope you... She was so calm and good until the very end. Okay, until next time.
Student King, can we get mine?
Student Mama. And Smart King.
Yes.
And Good Person. Happy Sabbath.
Noah's Ark game with Teacher Gilly and the City Kids at Glendale City Church. Today we're going to play Guess That Animal for some of the creatures that went on the ark with Noah. I'm going to give you a few hints, and when you think you figured out the answer, I want you to yell it out for me. Now this first creature is pink and likes to roll around in the mud. And when he makes noise, it sounds like...
It's a pig.
This next animal is golden with a lot of spots and is the fastest animal on the planet.
It's a cheetah.
The next creature looks kind of like a horse and is white with black stripes.
It's a zebra.
This next animal weighs a ton and has a long gray trunk. It also sounds like...
It's an elephant.
This next animal has a long neck and is covered in spots.
Hey, I like that giraffe.
This next creature has woolly fur and makes the noise...
Hey, it's a sheep.
This animal is really slow and has a hard green shell.
Hey, that's a real turtle.
Now that's all the animals we're doing today. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Hello everybody! How have you been enjoying Noah's Ark? Wasn't it a great story? Now I'm wondering, which was your favorite part? Did you enjoy the rainbow? Or the flood? Or how about the part where Noah's family was saved inside the big ark, along with all the animals that walked in 2 by 2? Well, whichever part was your favorite, remember, this art and craft is just for you. I used paper plates, construction paper, colored pencils and markers, construction paper and plain paper. Now, whichever items you have at home, we're gonna have a lot of fun. So stick around and I'll show you exactly what you need to do.
Step 1. You'll want to use a paper plate and fold it in half. And then you can cut this with a pair of scissors along the center line. What you'll come up with is 2 halves, okay? So the bottom half you can use for your ark. You won't have to cut this apart. You're just going to keep it as is. The top half you're going to want to use for your rainbow. Step 2, you're going to cut with a pair of scissors along the edge. When you cut all along the edge, you're going to come up with something that looks like this and this. This is the portion that you're going to want to use for your rainbow, right here. To create your rainbow, you can add different colors using your pastels or your markers. Third step, you will want to take your bottom half and color it with one of your markers. I chose brown because it looked a lot more like wood, which is what Noah used when he created his ark. So you want to fill this up with color. It's going to look like this. Step number 4, draw on paper and cut it out. So when you're making water, these little curlies kind of help to make it look like there's waves. Curl the lines like this. I cut out a triangle of brown paper. You can make your roof out of any color you prefer. And if you don't have construction paper, you can simply draw a triangle and cut it out. Step 5 is the most fun part. It's where you get to stick everything that you colored, cut out, and shaped onto your final background. Something I found really helpful before gluing everything on is first seeing how I can fit everything on the piece of paper that I've chosen. I chose to cut out my water with 2 different colors of construction paper, and I'm going to put it like that. And then I have a rainbow right here, and then my Noah's Ark roof. You can either put the roof in front or in the back. Okay? So once you glue everything on, you're going to want to put your animals 2 by 2. Okay? Now you can either do toy animals, cutouts of animals, or drawings of animals using your pencil. And so here's the finished product of your Noah's Ark. Choose where you'd like to write your memory verse. You can either write it on the space above, or maybe here on the water below.
Our memory verse this week comes from Genesis 9:13. I have set my rainbow in the clouds, and it will be the sign of the covenant between me and the earth.
Did you know that God told Noah to build an ark and fill it up with animals 2 by 2? So this song is sung to the tune of Old MacDonald. Here we go. Good old Noah built an ark like God told him to. And on this ark he took 2 lions that after Noah and all the animals went inside the ark, it rained for 40 days and 40 nights? The rains came down with the pitter-patter pit. The rains came down with the pitter-patter pit. The rains came down with the pitter-patter pit all around old Noah's ark. The rains came down with the pitter-patter pit. The rains came down with the pitter-patter pit. The rains came down with the pitter-patter pit all around old Noah's ark. And then there was a lot of rain. The rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up all around old Noah's ark. The rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up all around old Noah's ark.
I have set my rainbow in the clouds, and it will be the sign of the covenant between me and the earth. Genesis 9:13.